thank you for joining me today for my meal prep. I'm going to start with some chicken breasts. These are boneless, skinless chicken breasts, and I have 1.5 pounds in this package, which is 2 chicken breasts. So the first one, I just cut off the tenderloin and then kind of cut the rest of the breast into the same size tenderloin shape. With the second breast, I am butterflying that, and if you use kitchen shears, this makes it really easy. If you have a knife, a really sharp knife, that's easy too. So I grabbed some barbecue sauce out and I'm going to just marinate the chicken tenders, and these I will grill tonight. So I just wanted to make sure to get a little flavor into them before I grill them tonight. So I rinse my hands off and then just cover this with plastic wrap and pop that into the fridge. So I'm going to make some chicken shawarma later in the week, and I want to marinate that chicken. So with the butterfly chicken, I'm going to marinate that into a seasoning mixture that is just a lot of different seasonings and olive oil. So I'm gathering out all the seasonings here, and I will mix up the mixture. I will stick the recipe in the description box below so that you can use it. It's basically just olive oil, salt, pepper, paprika, cumin, allspice, turmeric, and some cayenne pepper. So I'm mixing that, and I'm going to pop the chicken in there and then go ahead and make sure that's well coated, and then I will cover that and stick that in the fridge. So now I'm going to start on my spinach beef meatballs. So I have some frozen spinach here, just a 10-ounce box, and I'm going to thaw that in the microwave according to package directions. Then I want to go ahead and press out all the water I can. I just use a clean dish towel to do that. I pop that into a bowl and add some other ingredients. Here I am defrosting my meat in the microwave, just on low. And I'm going to go ahead and grate some onion into the spinach mixture. And this is just easy for me, but if you want to chop it like normal, that's really easy too. And here's also some garlic, which I'm going to do the same. So here I'm shredding in some Parmesan cheese that is nice and salty, and then I will just add an egg into this mixture as well. Oh, and some Italian seasoned breadcrumbs. So I got my meat out of the microwave, and I'm putting 1/2 pound into the bowl, and I'm adding some seasonings, salt, pepper, Italian seasonings, some red pepper flakes, and just mixing that up until I get the consistency I like. So I'm going to go ahead and add a little bit more breadcrumb, keep mixing that, and then we're ready to, I added a little bit of olive oil because this is really lean beef. So now we're ready to roll into balls and just stick that into a dish. So here are all the completed meatballs. I got 15 meatballs, and I'm going to cover those up and pop those into the fridge for when I'm ready to use them. So next I'm going to start on my enchilada sauce, and homemade enchilada sauce is so easy. You just start out with some fat. I had a little bit of bacon grease left over from breakfast, and I just added a little bit extra oil. Then I'm adding salt, pepper, red pepper flakes, and chili powder. Also, some cumin goes in, garlic powder, coriander, and cayenne pepper. I will say this was a little bit spicy, so I'd maybe cut back on a little bit of that. And here I'm just mixing it, letting it come up to a bubble. Then I added some chopped tomatoes. It was just a 1/2 can of canned tomatoes that I had left over. And then I'm also going to add in some tomato paste just to kind of help thicken that up. And really, that's it. And it's so easy, and I was able to use up some extra things I had on hand, and just gonna let that come up to a bubble and let that simmer. So I have this container ready, and I pour the sauce in there. I need to let it cool before I put the lid on that and put that in the fridge. So back to our pot, I'm gonna add the remaining ½ pound of ground beef just into this same pot. I'm gonna season that a little bit with just some garlic powder, onion powder, salt, pepper, cumin. So I'm gonna go ahead and again leave that open because I want it to cool off. Here I have some pinto beans, and they came in this sort of hot sauce. It was from Bush's Cantina beans. Anyway, I had about ½ a can left, so I'm mixing here the ground beef with those leftover beans, and that really is going to be the enchilada filling. And the sun is giving me a hard time, but that's what it looks like. And so I'm also lastly going to just shred some cheese and get that ready to go for myself in a container so that I have all the pieces together to build the enchiladas when the time comes. So there's the ground beef, the enchilada sauce, and the cheese. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching my meal prep, and I just pop all this stuff in the fridge and cook it in the next 2 to 3 days, and it's perfect. It really helps me to make my weeknight dinners go a lot quicker.